such a crucial institution. It has so much power under our constitution, and we keep getting that office wrong. How do we make sure in this building period that we put someone in that office that we can trust to have the best interests of the country at heart?
Look, where South Africa is, and this is going to sound a bit controversial, you need a strong personality to occupy that position.
Absolutely.
A lot has gone wrong that if you have a weak personality in that office, it's going to be very difficult to put the worms back into the tin. So you need a very strong personality who has two things. One, technically competent and educated. Two, ethical. I don't know who that person is, but at least those are the qualities that we need.
Fully agree.
You can restructure the authority arrangements that you have around the office of the president. But if you have a corrupt individual, the systems will not help you.
Absolutely.
So the problem in South Africa, it's not the design of our constitutional architecture. No. It is the problem of the human beings that occupy the offices. So we need to look among ourselves and have a redefined process of selecting leaders in such a way that we don't end up with a president who stuffs dollars in his sofa. That's our challenge.
It is.
That's our challenge. We must never be fooled by a suit. You see, Cyril Ramaphosa fools South Africans. He wears these shiny suits. He's got this polished English, and people thought they're the Messiah. We must dig deeper beneath a suit this next time around, so that we don't end up with a sophisticated criminal occupying the top office.
Yeah, it's so true. I mean, when we come to the current president, I mean, everything we have said is just being proved correct. This Morgan Maumela thing just shocks me. I mean, first, I'm shocked. First we hear, I don't know the guy. Don't call him my nephew. Then, a book comes out. He is his nephew. Then, okay, I walked past his house. Twice. I went to the gate. I mean, how... this is starting to sound like the Phala Phala story or the Bosasa story, where new things keep dripping out and the president is not being candid with the public.
Look, here's the thing about Cyril Ramaphosa. Cyril Ramaphosa is two things. He's a liar, number one. Number two, he's a professional denialist. Denies. And later, when he's caught out, and then he's going to weave another story. That's the essence of the guy. I mean, let's be clear. And I want anybody to challenge me. 90% of South Africans have lost confidence in Cyril Ramaphosa.
Fully agree.
I listen to radio stations, I watch social media, I go to weddings, I go to funerals. South Africans have lost confidence in Cyril Ramaphosa. Do you know who undermines Cyril Ramaphosa's leadership? Is himself. Because he lies. He denies. He acts like he does not know what is going on. I mean, this is a president who thrives on fake ignorance. Fake ignorance. If there's something the president says, I don't know. I mean, the president is supposed to be the guy who knows more than anyone in the country, because there is intelligence. I mean, he's client number one of the intelligence. But he always tells you, I don't know. So this guy is a liar and a professional denialist. To sum up, he is dishonest. We have a dishonest president. Now, South Africans need to search among themselves and go find a man or a woman who is going to be the opposite of Cyril Ramaphosa. We have been abused as a country. My goodness, we have been abused. We are sick and tired. And the thing about it is this. Just listen to the discussions, public discourse. We are no longer talking about development. We are no longer talking about economic growth. We are no longer talking about the quality of education. We are no longer talking about repositioning South Africa's economy so that it competes internationally. No, this all of this stuff, which is about improving the quality of people's lives, has been pushed to the background. What are we talking about? We're talking about Ket Matlala. We're talking about Senzo Mchunu. All of this stuff doesn't take South Africa anywhere.
Yeah.
And it's under the leadership of Cyril Ramaphosa. So Cyril Ramaphosa is a huge, huge liability for our country. But I would not suggest that we should have an early elections. The Constitution says we need to have elections after every 5 years. We must never touch that principle. If you touch it, you will have your preferred president. And somebody, while the president is doing a good job, somebody will say, let's have an early election. So you don't want to establish a dangerous precedent. Even as I say that Ramaphosa is a disappointment, I will be the first to take up arms, by the way, in defense of the completion of his tenure in office. Because that, in a sense, is the defense of the Constitution. The Constitution is sacrosanct. Nobody must touch it.
So are you saying he shouldn't resign, or are you saying we should still have the election continuing every 5 years, but we should have a different person leading the government?
No. Look, resigning, by the way, is a call that must be made by his political party. Remember, he's president because the political party campaigned under him. So if the political party, his ANC, believes that he's a good president, it's fine. Let him continue. South Africans must just prepare themselves for the next elections to remove the ANC. Remember here, the problem is not only the president, Cyril Ramaphosa. The main problem is the African National Congress. So the ANC must not be removed from government through means that are not constitutional. So if they decide Cyril Ramaphosa is their best, let him complete his term. I have no problem with that. But South Africans must prepare themselves to take out the ANC.
Just feels like 2029 is a very far, far way away. I don't know how much more damage we can take as a country.
Well, we've been taking damage. I mean, we come from the years of Zuma and state capture. We are used to being abused as a society. And you know, there's something ironically good about what the ANC is doing. They are abusing us. Once you abuse someone, that person gets to a point where their back is against the wall. They can no longer move anymore. I think South Africans have reached that point where they can no longer move anymore. It does not matter where you are, whether you are in a shebeen or you are at a funeral. I can tell you, ordinary South Africans, black and white, now know the ANC is a party of criminals and thieves. So that verdict is now clear. Then South Africans must decide who is next. But that decision must be taken at an election which is in line with the constitutional terms that are enshrined in our constitution.
Let's come back to some of the revelations we've heard at these commissions, because we really do need to unpack them. I mean, just sticking with the president for the minute, it seems he's got all new headaches because he's got a lot of questions to answer now. Senzo Mchunu says he briefed him about disbanding the political killings task team a month after he took the decision, which is strange. But according to Mchunu, Ramaphosa at least knew in January, February. Morgan Maumela is linked to the likes of Ket Matlala through this Tembisa hospital. Could he be someone who's in the orbit of these criminals? And what is his relation to the president? What did the president know about the disbandment beforehand? What does he think now? There are this Richards Bay thing that came up. Why was the presidency calling for the police to go to a mine? There are just so many questions just on this thing alone, never mind Phala and all of that the president himself is going to have to testify shortly, and actually quite soon, because his name keeps coming up in this commission. Masemola says he spoke to the president and the president looked shocked. We just need to hear from the president. What was he doing when this thing was disbanded?
Yeah, he will tell you that I don't know. That's what he does. I mean, we can already predict I didn't know.
Yeah.
But here is the thing. And I've said this before. The president knew everything. The intelligence report to him. No one must be fooled that Cyril Ramaphosa did not know. He actually did know everything He knows Maumela very well. He knows their relationship. This whole idea that he didn't know, it's absolute nonsense. So the president did know. Well, if he's called upon to testify, he's obviously going to deny. We know he's a professional denialist. But here's the thing, South Africans must not be fooled. The president is part of the criminal cartels that have taken over our state.
You think he actually has links?
No, I have no doubt about it. I mean, here's the thing. Mkhunu has the backbone to dissolve this political killing task team without telling the president, and the president, inverted commas, learns about it a month or 2 months later. Why? Where does Mkhunu get that confidence? Remember, it is the president who stood in parliament and made a commitment that is going to set up a mechanism. That mechanism was not set up by Mkhunu. It was set up by the president. But Mkhunu, a mere minister, has the guts to dissolve it without, inverted commas, telling the president. What does that tell you? It is because Mkhunu knew that the president knows about the criminal shenanigans. That's why there would be no consequence if Mkhunu dissolved a committee, a mechanism that was set up by the president. And what did the president do upon learning 2 months later that a minister had dissolved a mechanism that the president had set up? He did absolutely nothing. If I were president,